even know how to start it. This is going to be really hard to talk about. This is not how I thought 2023 was going to start. This is what? January 6th, and we already have just a huge challenge right now. I'm heading to our friend that's a vet in Asheboro with Nala. She had her babies last night, and our regular vet told us that there was 9 puppies, and she had 8 of them last night. Unfortunately, 2 were less developed, so they were stillborn, but she didn't have the 9th puppy. So she was really calm, and like, she had these babies right away. Like, I'm talking within probably 2 hours she had them all. And the 6 healthy ones are amazing. They're beautiful. They're nursing. They're doing great. But she never had the 9th. So when I went back to look at the x-ray, I really couldn't see that there was a 9th. It just kind of looked jumbled up. So I called this morning to confirm for her to look at the x-ray again to see if she really felt strongly that there was a 9th puppy. And she did. And so she asked me to bring Nala in for an x-ray to see if there was anybody left over. And so we did. There's a puppy at right in front of the birth canal. They can't feel it, but it's folded over, and so it's blocking the birth canal. So traditional ways that they would have helped is giving a shot of oxytocin, but they're worried that that's going to rupture her uterus. So they need us to do a C-section. And so the crazy thing and the sad thing is that they couldn't get her in today. So they helped us call other places to see if they could get somebody in, but luckily my friend, who's a veterinarian, said I could bring her to her, which is such an amazing moment. This is the same vet that helped Rosie, so she really is a godsend to us. And it's just so heartbreaking because Nala's confused why she's not with her puppies. When we were at the regular vet, she just kept looking at me and kind of like, are we going to go home now? And I know that she's going to go home, and I'm not sure why it's so emotional for me, but I think it's just a lot of things adding up. So we're going to take a moment. Obviously, JP is with me because he's recording. And we're just putting our hands and praying for Nala that everything's going to go smoothly. And that way we can get her back home, reunite her with her 6 puppies. And it's just it's going to be positive going forward. Okay, so I'm a little more put together now. We dropped Nala off, or we just dropped her off. We're back in the parking lot. To Dr. Matherly, and she is going to take care of that C-section for us. But she did bring up a few concerns that we're going to need to go work on as soon as we get home, was that the puppies probably will need a feeding between now and then. Luckily, we have Piper, and she is such an agreeable mom that I think that she will let them nurse. She was super interested in them last night, so I think that she will lay down, and as long as we're in there, and I think that she'll let them nurse. And then Dr. Madley said, just bring the puppies when I pick her up, and we can pick her up early afternoon, which is good, because I was really worried that we weren't going to be able to get her until this evening. So they're going to do it as soon as possible, and then we can come and pick her up. And they said, just bring the puppies with us, and then that way they can nurse on the way home when we're at home, and we can put them in the crate, make sure that everybody's safe, and then probably drive very, very slowly to get home so we don't move any puppies around. I've already talked to the Guardian families, the Kennedys. They love their girls so much. Zelly and Nala, they're a really great family. So I updated them, and obviously they're concerned, but they know that she's in good hands. And then we're just going to wait until we can pick her back up and just reunite everybody and just take a little bit of a deep breath and just kind of move on with the rest of the with the rest of the litter.
It's 10:30 at night, and I am just really relieved and happy to be sitting here with Nala. Her C-section went really smoothly. We got her out of the vet's office. She pulled me into the car like she was ready to see those babies. Couldn't obviously jump up into the car, so I had to lift her in there. But once she was there, she laid down immediately and just started licking and taking care of the puppies. Dr. Matherly did give us an update on that puppy. It actually had started to decompose. That could have been the reason for the other two stillborns that were in there, but she said that it was a really good thing that we went ahead and got that C-section done today, or else it could have made Nala pretty sick. So they gave her a shot of antibiotics, and they think that she is going to be perfect and good to go.
I didn't know how we wanted to end this video because I have never been this vulnerable on camera before. I mean, to show myself crying and upset or flustered, that is definitely not my personality. I am usually a very joyful and happy person, and I get to show you guys cute puppies and cuddle with them. So to put all of that together with Nala's 2 puppies that were stillborn the night before, and then having to go to the vet and find out the news that she was going to have a C-section because the last puppy was blocking that birth canal. It was a lot, and it added up to be a really distressing day. The vet was so helpful that day, trying to find us places for Nala's C-section. But the problem is that all the places that they kept finding were emergency vets. And I don't know them. They don't know us. And I just didn't feel comfortable with somebody new doing such an important surgery. So that whole morning, JP was calling and texting me, and I was trying to keep him updated, and he had the idea to call Jennifer. And that was when everything got so much better, because Jennifer was already doing a surgery that day, and so she was prepared and ready to take Nala on. And that made such a huge difference. The anxiety just left because I knew that she would be in the perfect hands. And so in the end, we decided it was really important to share these vulnerable moments on YouTube because somebody else has definitely gone through this, and that way they don't have to feel alone when they're rethinking about their experience, and it could help somebody in the future that has to go through this too. So even though I might not like sharing the fact that I was in tears or that I was just stressed out on camera, it makes it vulnerable and it makes it authentic, and that's what we want to be here. We want to share everything that we possibly can. It's been 2 weeks since Nala had that surgery, and she is fully recovered. Her puppies are doing great. Their eyes are even open, and their families are loving getting the updates. But next week, we're going to talk about Bruno here. He is Piper's singleton puppy, and he couldn't go out to the garage nursery because he'd be by himself. So he is with us in the living room full time, getting socialized every single day. So we're going to go over all the things that we're doing and making sure that he is a perfectly well-rounded puppy. See you next week.